Now, you say, how can I rely on my people if my people aren't doing what they're supposed to do? Pay close attention, because I learned this from the President of the United States of America in the 1990s when I shared a golf cart with him. Yeah. Raise your hand if you are familiar with the movies Major League and Major League 2, the baseball movies. Yeah. I was a production assistant on Major League 2. We filmed it in Baltimore, Oriole Park, where the Orioles play. And one day, one of the assistant directors came up to me and he said, Valentine, go get a baseball bat for Dennis Haysbert, one of our stars. So I said, no problem. And I ran up and I jumped on the golf cart that we always get on to go around the stadium. As soon as I jumped on, somebody else jumped on. And I couldn't believe I was face to face with the President of the United States of America, Martin Sheen. Now, I don't know how you are when you see a celebrity you like. But I said, Mr. Sheen, I'm a big fan. Oh, you must be here to see Charlie, or maybe you're here to film Gettysburg up the street. Mr. Sheen, I'm a big fan of yours. Cadence is one of my favorite movies. You know what Martin Sheen said to me? Neither do I. I have absolutely no idea what Martin Sheen said to me. But I'll never forget how he made me feel. Like $1 million. Like $1 million. I was a lowly production assistant. Martin Sheen had me feeling like a champion. Now, fast forward several years to 2001. I am the world champion of public speaking, and I'm flying back from Taiwan, where I just gave 8 speeches in 6 days, so I'm burned out, but I'm pumped up. Ask me, say, Craig, why were you pumped up? I'm glad you asked. Because when I get back to Baltimore, I have the opportunity to introduce my speaking hero, the man who made me want to get into this business in the first place. So, Chris, all 16 hours of the flight, I'm writing down my introduction, going over it time and time, because I want to make a big impression on him. So I get back, you know, well, it wasn't you, Chris. So I get back to Baltimore, 500 people packed into this auditorium. I'm a little nervous, so I go out in the hallway to catch my breath. Who do you think I ran into in the hallway? Martin Sheen. Are you still carrying that story? No, I ran into my speaking hero. And I said to him, oh my gosh, I'm Craig Valentine, and because I won the world championship, I'm able to introduce you today. You're the person who made me want to get into this business in the first place. Thank you for coming here. This means so much to me. Nothing. He said absolutely nothing. He just looked at me as if to say, you don't belong on the same stage. Now, I don't know how you would react to this, but I got to thinking, he's about to get an introduction he didn't expect. You don't know me. But here's something else he didn't know. Baltimore is my city. And before I introduced him, they introduced me. And when they introduced me, 500 people leapt to their feet. They start going crazy and cheering, because I'm their world champion, right? So all of a sudden, I'm feeling better. I'm like, yeah, what? Yeah, I'm feeling better. And I walked right by the speaker. He didn't say anything. He just looked up at me like this. I didn't say anything either. I wanted to snap him up, but I just kept on moving. I just kept on moving, and I got up, and I gave him the greatest introduction I possibly could. I got everybody fired up to hear him. He comes up on stage. I hugged him. I said, God bless you. He said, well, God bless you. And you know what I started thinking? Bless you. God bless you. Maybe he didn't see me in the hallway, even though we were the only ones out there. Maybe he was nervous and caught up in his thoughts, even though he's done this thousands upon thousands. In other words, I was making excuses for him. Now be honest, raise your hand if you've ever made excuses for another person. You know what I realized? When we make excuses for someone, we invite them never to change. And I made excuses for him. That is, until I sat in the front row with my wonderful wife, and we looked up at the speaker, and the very first thing the speaker said from the top of the stage was this: Oh, Craig, I didn't know that was you out front. Which broke my heart, because it let me know he knew exactly what he did to whoever he thought I was. And whether you're the world champion or a production assistant, you don't treat people that way. But there's a gift. I always take a gift, right? So you know what the gift is? No matter where I go today as the world champion, as a person that some people happen to look up to, no matter what kind of encounter I have with people, I now take with me what I call the Sheen Factor. Martin, not Charlie. Charlie's a whole different factor. But you know what the Sheen Factor says? It says this: I don't walk around trying to show you I'm the champion. I go around trying to remind you that you are. When it comes to leadership, don't go around trying to show your own importance. Walk around reminding people of theirs. And something very important happens. When you make others feel visible, they make you valuable. When you make others visible, they make you valuable. So if you want to be absolutely invaluable to your group, of any group that you're with, then you face reality, you relinquish what's in the way, you rely on the people, not by showing your own importance, but by carrying the Sheen Factor and reminding them of theirs. Does that make sense?